We're live.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, we are live. It looks like you're opening something right now. Are you stressed?
Nah, I'm popping this V-Lawn, baby.
You just popping it. You're gonna start off the sponsorships like that. I get
You
it.
know how we do.
I understand. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching and listening all over the world. Welcome back to Love Lockdown, the podcast, you guys. Season 4.
Season 4, baby. Season
Season
4.
4. If you guys don't know what Love Lockdown podcast is where my husband and I discuss relationship advice that perfectly works for us. So I'm one of your hosts, Britt Bratt, and you are
I am the one and only Batman.
Batman today, huh?
Yeah. And if this is your first time tuning in, this show is filmed live via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Season 4, baby, has been a wonderful one. We took a short break for vacation to celebrate our personal love. We celebrated our 6th year anniversary in the wonderful city of Las Vegas.
It was beautiful. I miss it already. I really wish I was back. I'm just going to be honest with you.
But we back and we full in effect. We ready. And we got some heat for y'all today. So make sure you tap in that share button and you timing in so we can put your comments up. Let us know where you're from. Comment on the post. If you would like to join our chat live today, please don't be afraid to click the link that was just posted below. You can click that link, join us backstage. Come on in.
Yep,
we'll
we
put
don't
you on
bite.
the show live. Give us your opinion.
Come chat it up with us, y'all. We love hearing people's opinions.
We may be wrong. We may be right. Let us know how you feel.
Wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm ever wrong, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we love to hear it.
Yeah, we love to hear y'all.
Chime in.
So we got some wonderful people already in the comments today, y'all. Let me tap in. My auntie's in the building. She said, "Hey, family, what's going on?"
Hello, auntie.
My brother's in the building representing Ypsilanti. What's going on? Ypsilanti in the house. Sean Donald watching from Lansing, living in California. Beautiful sun out there. Beautiful sun.
L-Town in the building. That makes me so happy. From the best place ever. Lansing, Michigan. Don't hate on us today.
The one and only author, Sean D. Upshaw's in the building. He said, "Welcome back." And this gives me a chance to plug our past episode. Our last episode before we left, in case y'all didn't know, was playing video games in a relationship, having video games, being a part of your relationship, whatever you want to call it. Wonderful episode, crazy episode, bananas episode. Go check it out because we are available on all streaming networks.
Yeah, we're everywhere. Everywhere you want us to be.
Look it up. We're there.
That's somebody's slogan, isn't it? Is that? No, that's not Delta. That's somebody. We're everywhere you want us to be.
I think that used to be UPS or something.
Am I making that up? That might be it. That might be it.
Thank you for the anniversary wishes. It's been everywhere. We love y'all. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be back in the swing. If I look tired, that's because I'm after the money.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on. We got our dog neutered today. He's in there chilling. So it's been a long day, but I'm happy. I've never been so happy to actually do this podcast because I feel like this is like the, you know what I mean? Like the chill time where I can.
Relaxation part of the week.
You know I've been busy because I'm just now popping a bottle. That's how bad. Like I haven't even started this yet, y'all. I usually have half the bottle done by the time we start the podcast. And I just popped it open. So anyways, that's a perfect way to talk about our sponsors for today. Start off with Bel Air right here. We got Luke Bel Air. Today I am drinking the Rare Luxe, the white, beautiful bottle with the gold details. You guys, this bottle's so pretty. It tastes delicious, but this bottle alone is beautiful. So, what you drinking today?
Well, you know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a part of Bel Air family, some cognac. It's been a long Wednesday, so a little V-Line. It's spelled like villain, but it's V-Line for you scoundrels out there. In case you were wondering what I'm drinking, it's in my cup. You heard me pouring it up. You heard me popping it. Listen, we don't promote nothing we don't like. Everywhere I was going, I was like, "Yo, y'all got V-Line in Vegas?" "Oh, we don't got that." I'm like, "Dog, what y'all want me to drink?"
Yo,
my taste buds would never.
Crazy, but the cool thing is that Bel Air's popping. I'm not mad at it because it's what we want. You know what I mean? But like, you guys are making it hard for us to find. You guys are making it hard. We walked down to the casino where we stayed, and we saw a girl literally with a pink bottle, just like chilling in her ice bucket. just gambling. It's like, what?
And for those of y'all who don't know, they don't tell y'all this, but in Vegas, you can take your liquor in the casino, bring it with you, drink it, bring your cup in, whatever, walk around on the strip with it. This is how it works. So we had to travel far and wide to grab us some Bel Air, but of course we found some because that's what we drink. But look, wonderful episode for y'all today. Make sure y'all, like I said, tap that share button. It's going down. The Kevin Samuels effect. So for those of y'all who don't know Kevin Samuels, he is now I can say world-renowned YouTube relationship therapist.
That's what you want to call it, yeah. That's what you
so
want to call it.
basically, he does live broadcasts and some recorded broadcasts where he gives live relationship advice to people who join the show. We'll talk about the details after that, but if you haven't watched, dude, it's worth the watch to try to watch an episode. Hard for me personally, but I had to do my market research, so I tapped in. Yeah. So
like Sweetie,
that's that. I definitely tapped
so whack. I'm so whack. Speaking of Sweetie, have y'all tried her meal at McDonald's? Because I got it the other day. I was laughing the other day because I was listening to the radio. They were like, the girl's got her own sauce. Like Coming to America.
Like she for real got her own sauce. It's called like sweetie really and sour. And it don't taste like the sweet and sour that they normally have.
It doesn't.
I would say it's a step below, but it's cool that she got her own sauce.
Yeah, no, it's got a different taste to it for sure. So for those of you, because I've seen a few people like, man, it's nothing different. Like it's just sweet and sour sauce with her logo on it. No, it actually really tastes different. So if you guys get the chance, I mean, once a lifetime
McDonald's is using her to rebrand the sauce in general.
But I hope that's not the case because it's not that good. If that's,
or maybe we got a bad batch because we had a lot of power outages around here or something. But it definitely tastes different.
I hope that's not the case either. That's gross. Oh my gosh.
I'm all about keeping it real. Sweetie's her McDonald's meal is very awkward.
The meal's good though. Like I like what she has in it. You know what I mean? I like that she's a female in the game that's promoting eating. I like that about her. I like that she promotes eating as a woman. Stop it. But yes, I like that about her, that she's not afraid to sit there and like eat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's difficult to watch women eat in the industry these days. They act as if you can't eat anything because you got to be a certain weight and whatnot. So I like what sis is doing right now.
Well, anyways, that's enough promotion of Sweetie and her things that she has going on. So we're going to hop right into the current events. This is one of y'all favorite segments of the show where we go over what's current, what's not, and we'll let you know what you are hearing us talk about if you are listening before we speak about them. So here we go. First current event
going on this week.
Who we got here? She's bald-headed, got a tattoo. Okay, that's Amber Rose.
All right. You knew who that was before. You did not need to do that. We got Amber Rose. I thought
it was somebody from a cartel from my phone view. I couldn't tell.
You didn't think that at all. I'm gonna guess you want me to read this because it's longer.
I'll just read the first sentence.
Are you gonna do it?
Just read the first sentence.
I'm tired of getting cheated on and being embarrassed behind the scenes.
Okay. By the way, if you are listening, this is a picture of Amber Rose who says she's tired of being cheated on behind the scenes. Is that what she said?
That's what it said. That's what it says. Yes.
So for those of y'all who don't know, Amber Rose branded this wonderful thing called the Slut Walk. So
yes, she did.
In the words of my homeboy, the illustrious Quavo, you, my dear, have to walk it like you talk it. So if you going to brand yourself as the queen slut, and you out here promoting slut things and everything that's hoish is good and don't shame me for being a hoe, understand that you're advertising yourself as such. Therefore, you will be treated as such. It's no two or three ways around it. If you're tired of being cheated on behind the scenes and embarrassed, get yourself together.
I mean, you can be cheated on regardless. You know what I mean? Being a good girl, being a good home church girl, you can still be cheated on. Like,
okay, so this is the part I have a problem with. And a lot of girls
go ahead.
Shit.
What you got a problem with?
And I know we saw the Snap. I know we watched Snap earlier, and
Yeah.
Shit crazy, dog. Like
Snapchat's wild right now.
The problem that I have with females is this. When it
What's
comes
your
down
problem?
to it, it's
Go
not
ahead.
the fact that she was cheated on and embarrassed. It's the fact that she's tired of it, which means it happens often. Which means it happens multiple times. So when you out here talking about how you can't find a good man and everybody doing the same shit to you, it ain't everybody else. It ain't. It's the vibe you giving off. And I hate to use the word vibe. That's a ding word.
Yeah,
I hate the universe.
So
I hate all that. But listen,
I hate that too. Yeah,
it's the aura that's coming off of your body when you meet somebody. It's the way you talk. It's the way you walk. It's the people you hanging around. It's the places that you meeting these motherfuckers that's doing this to you. So if you tired of it, change it up. You first of all, you got a tattoo on your forehead. Understand this.
What is it again? Her son's name or something?
I don't give a goddamn if it said Holy Spirit. If you have a tattoo on your forehead, and I'm just going to use this. If you go into corporate America and you sit in the business meeting, I'm gonna have a hard time taking you serious. Yeah, there's a tattoo on your forehead. That's something that they don't see often in corporate America. That's something that I don't see often in life. There's a tattoo on your forehead. Who's like, yo, you know what? That tattoo on her forehead. Let me wipe that.
I mean, listen, it's not even that. Like you said, it's definitely the way that she gives herself off. And I just feel like if you're super proud of being a hoe, which is great, you know what I mean? Be the hoe that you want to be. But I don't feel like you should be wanting to be in a relationship I just feel like it defeats the whole purpose. If you're walking around proud slut, which is fine, I don't see how being in a serious relationship works out. Like that's to me, right? Doesn't make sense.
The branding is off.
The branding's off.
It don't make sense.
It definitely is. Like if you're trying to be, I mean, Beyonce gets to kind of do it though, because she's a married woman and she gets to, fill people's heads up with being single and whatnot. Everybody does it, but it's just like you always say, the messenger just isn't right with this one. So,
and let me go a little bit farther, y'all. On the other side of this thing, it says, "My raging narcissistic mom can get the fuck out of my life too."
Yeah, on my kids.
Okay. So the kids here we go, y'all. I'm not even gonna do a single. I'm not even gonna do a single screen because she don't deserve yourself, it. Bro. No, I'm not doing it because she don't deserve it. At the end of the day, this is the problem. Everybody's a therapist these days. The raging narcissistic part in this comment showed you the emphasis that everybody's putting on mental health, which shows you how most of these motherfuckers is going to therapy, which shows you how they're taking what their therapist gives them and projecting it on everybody else around them. You didn't go to school for this. Your mom is a narcissist, but yet you have a name on your forehead. You're running around being proud of being a slut, but you calling somebody else a narcissist. None of this makes sense to me.
It's just, she's confused. She's confused right now. And I really wonder if this all started with mom. And then she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm tired of being cheated on too. I feel like mom did this and she's just taking it out on everything now. You know what I mean? I don't know, but you guys chime in. Tell us what you think about Amber Rose and her everything, her raging narcissistic mother. And why do people do that on my kids thing too, by the way? Like, you don't have to do that, sis.
Listen, and you can own my mama, you can own my mama's mama, you can own my grandma's grave. We've been doing that since we was kids. Understand that. But the sincerity that you're putting behind this ridiculous and emotional statement makes zero sense. And I'm gonna give you an example. And a lot of y'all be too drugged up and too drunk to even understand what's going on half the time. So
as I'm taking a sip of Bel Air,
I'll give you a prime example. We was in Vegas. I was drunk. 20 urinals in the bathroom, one of the best bathrooms I've ever been in.
Oh Lord, if I have to hear the story again.
Wonderful place to be in. I was at peace with myself. I walked in the bathroom by myself. Walked to the middle urinal because as it states, you either go to the far urinal or the middle urinal to give people enough room to operate around you. This is not me. This is urinal etiquette. If they do walk in, one other dude walks in mid-pee. I'm in mid-pee. You know what I'm saying? I turn just because I watch my surroundings, see him come in. This motherfucker walks up to the urinal next to me and starts pissing. Mind you, there's 10 urinals empty behind me. and there are 10 urinals spread out in the row that I'm in. So he could have picked 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on with it.
And let the space in between us, I would not have had a problem because he would not have been near me. But this motherfucker ruined urinal protocol. You don't come in the bathroom and piss next to me. And I'm in Vegas. I'm lit. I'm like, this is a maturity moment for me. Let dude live today and keep it moving. But I posted a Facebook status about it. I woke up the next day like, you know what? This Facebook status was abstract. I should have put a little bit more emphasis on that. Let people know some background.
But you were lit. I think people understood.
I was lit.
You were lit.
But I didn't say on my kids.
Well, you don't have any, but you definitely didn't on anything.
I didn't say on my dog.
On cash, yeah. I just think it's unnecessary. If you're saying something these days, we know you're serious about it. You know what I mean? Like, leave the kids, grandma, dead grandpa, leave everybody out of it but your own, because it's just nonsense. Don't put your kids, especially on something like this, being cheated on and your narcissist. That's a grandma that you're talking about, believe it or not. You know what I mean? So just keep the kids out of it. But
my uncle said he was pitching woo. Listen, that's all I can assume if you skip all the empty urinals and come next to me.
Yeah, that's outrageous though. I understand the frustration, but
my brother just said there is a protocol. Y'all got stalls, man. Y'all don't have these problems.
No, but I mean, like, once you leave the stalls, there's a lot that goes on. So, we all have our things. People like to talk to you a lot after you leave the stall. Girl, your hair is pretty. Girl, I like that dress. And sometimes it's very flat. Like, sometimes you just don't want to be bothered with it. So, I've been, it's just a thing.
I get compliments. That's equal to somebody peeing next to you in the empty bathroom. No, but Marcel just chimed in and he said her new dude messed her head up. Yeah.
I believe that. I don't know anything about it, but I feel like we've been on Amber a lot, for too long, way too long. To me, though, it's just kind of karma because she was just messing with a lot of people the other day. Like, she just comes out of nowhere messing with people for no reason. So, moving on. Amber.
James said Amber has not been the same since Kanye.
Now that part,
my brother Rip said,
also true.
Pee away from me, yo, for real. So, can we at least social distance in the bathroom? That's all I want to know.
Especially during this time, you would think, honestly, this virus has really taught people how to social distance, which to me is extreme because it's like, why didn't you know this anyways? Yet alone peeing next to someone in a urinal. I get your frustration. I do get it. But I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
As an old school man,
he was feeling some way.
I feel like my old schoolness is showing more and more now that I turned 35.
Yeah.
Like, as an old school man, I feel like that's a fucking challenge.
Yeah.
You really want to see if I'm about that.
Yeah, we're starting to get old for sure. Because I was talking to somebody about something the other day, and they were like, "Britt, like, you're old." I think I was talking about baby showers or something, and how men shouldn't be at baby showers. And she was like, "If I had a kid, I have my man there." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not even about to argue with you about this. I'm just old school."
He gonna bring his purse too.
I'm just like, she for real got mad, and I was just like, "All right, whatever." I personally just don't prefer my man being at my baby shower. Moving on. So
let's put a PSA out there. In order to have a successful relationship, you do not have to be inside of my asshole at all times.
I feel like that's an ongoing thing that we talk about, right?
And I'm gonna give you a prime example. I know a lot of y'all, when we started this podcast, is like, why are y'all in the same house and y'all on two different screens? Because y'all want us sitting on the motherfucking couch holding hands. No, nigga, I want my own screen.
And we don't do that anyways.
No.
Like, we're just not a PDA type of couple. We've never been that way. So you got to keep it funky.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all sit next to each other, hands sweating. and a lot of times, y'all with these dudes, they ain't telling y'all they uncomfortable, but they uncomfortable. Whole arm motherfucking sleep. Y'all better listen. Don't play with me today. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, like, all of that stuff that y'all think is supposed to happen in a relationship because y'all base it off the movies and the shows that y'all watch, that shit ain't real life. That's not how it works. You either with somebody that's with you or you with somebody who ain't with you. But either way, you're going to be with somebody either happy or unhappy. You choose.
Drop the mic. You want to just end it right here? Because I felt like that was deep. You know what I'm saying? You could have dropped the mic, had a little moment right there, but
I got a proud moment right here on this next one. I got a real proud moment with my boy Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, IG model that he used to mess with posted him. Her name is Brittany Renner, and she said that he made her pay for her own flights to come see him.
I like it.
Ma'am, who was supposed to pay for that?
That's my question. I was about to say, is this okay with her saying this? Were we supposed to be like, oh man, fuck Colin? What was the motive? What were we supposed to get out of her making this statement? You know what I mean?
She was trying to use a classy way to tell everybody that she boned Colin Kaepernick, but it ended up backfiring on her to the point where people like, yeah, I mean, that's all.
As you should. Yeah.
I mean, to be real, like, let's be real. If you're in a relationship with somebody non-famous, a regular dude, everyday guy, is he giving you gas money to come see him? Every time you want to see him, he got to give you gas money.
I just think it's not happening. If not,
he paying for food. And then the question is, if he throws you gas money, who pumping your gas?
Yeah,
because the
gas pumping question.
The same girls who say, yeah, he got to give me gas money, be the same ones I don't pump my own gas, which means some other niggas pumping that gas or paying for that gas.
Yeah,
which we learned last season happens often. So who's paying for or pumping this gas that he's sending you gas money for? Either way, in my household, and Brittany will attest to this.
Wow, you call me Brittany? That's weird.
I had to use your first name.
The whole name? Sure.
I couldn't use babe there.
No, it's not even that. It's just Brit Brat in public. You know what I mean? Like Brittany. That's a little strange. But go on.
Listen, Brittany will tell y'all in this household, we have a rule. And the rule is your motherfucking hands broke? If I ask you for something, now listen, my wife don't ever turn me down when I ask her for stuff. But she operates just like I operate. I don't expect for you to make my plate. Even though I feel like if the first person fed in the house should be a man, I'm going to get up and make my own plate because you don't know how much I want. I don't even know how much I want until I see how good the food looks. Then I'm going to choose what I want to eat because I'm grown as hell and I don't want you picking my food for me by way of making my plate. So that's me being born in between old school and new school. I was born at the beginning of technology and at the end of being outside. That's just me. That's how I operate. If your hands ain't broke, do it yourself.
I mean, that's the same for me. I can't stand people opening the door for me. Like, it's just, I know there's a fine line between being chivalrous and then being like handicapped. I just feel like if I can do it, I don't need you to do it. I'm just super weird. I actually feel really awkward when people do things like that for me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just weird. A swine.
Like, if you expect somebody to do something, doesn't it take away the humility of the whole effort when you actually get it?
Yeah, I mean, that's anything. Yeah, for sure. But
because if we're in a packed place, like if we go to an event before COVID, because I'm not eating at none of y'all houses during COVID, but if we go to a packed event and there's a lot of people around the table making plates and people around, I'm a big dude. I'm not trying to slide through all of that and excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So I'm asking my wife.
Not the fat man, Brad. Why did you do that?
I'm asking my wife to give me a plate. You know what I'm saying? That's just on GP. So when she does it, I appreciate it because I don't ask for it often.
You appreciate it because you don't ask for it. And in return, I like to do it because you don't ask for it. It makes you want to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, every now and then, hey.
Yeah. You
want me to fix you a plate? Especially if I'm going to make my plate. I'm not about to sit there and watch you just sitting there. Of course, I'm going to offer to my husband, hey, you want me to fix you a plate while I'm up? You know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense type things. But again, it's not anything that you should expect from someone. And I wish I could talk to Brittany right now. By the way, she spells her name Ttany, not like me. Tney. I'm Ney with one T, guys. So you can't even like
free titty showing Brittany. That's what you spell your name.
Don't start. Don't do that.
We didn't put that.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that to Brittany. I'm not gonna. Don't do that to Brittany.
Free Brittany, kind of.
But anyways, but yeah, I wish I could talk to her and just ask her, like, what was the point of this comment? I'm glad that you did mention that she probably said it because she just wanted the world to know that she actually fuck Colin Kaepernick, because to me, but he has a girlfriend too. So there's just so many questions I have for her. I have a lot of questions.
And the game has been
how long ago was this?
By these simp dudes that these people expect for stuff to be paid for that should not be paid for. It's insane. A lot of y'all run into these lame dudes who will give y'all money, not ask for nothing, pump y'all gas, not get y'all number, do all this stuff. So when you run into a real dude who like, yeah, I live in this place, you can come or you can't. You don't. I don't. Like, you're gonna be confused. Now you're gonna write a status about it like everybody should be shot. Nobody's shocked, sis. Pay for your gas.
Not only that, but we don't even know how long she was staying with him. It's not even a promised whole trip with Colin. So why did he have to pay for that? You know what I mean? She probably did her business with him and dipped and went and did her business with someone else. We don't know. Like, he's not obligated to pay for your trip. Yeah. So
my uncle said he just chimed in. He said most investments contain a bit of risk. That is true. That's why you only invest in things that are as sure as possible. Do your market research.
That's a great one. Do your market research.
Tristan just chimed in. He said she came, she saw, and conquered the D for free. Go Cap.
I like it.
Said Colin is worth $20 million. He could have used Spears Rewards points. not on her, bro. Not on her. You save those up for the ones you actually pitch and woo to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you want to do something special.
I'm proud of Colin, honestly.
Bobby
I respect
Womack
him
is
more.
proud of Colin Kaepernick.
Here we go. Have you talked about Bobby this season? Is this the first time?
No, I've talked about Bobby already.
Okay, I was about to say first time this season. Oh, Bobby. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, go look it up. Bobby was a different type of man.
And he said, making your man's plate is a display of honor. Right. You should be honored when somebody makes your plate for you. But I also am honored that I got legs and arms.
Yeah.
And eyes. And I can see, get, lift, pick what I want to eat myself. That's just how I am. Everybody's different, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different rules. For instance, I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing my granddad taught me. Now, he was old school, down south, that cottage cheese eating, he's eating old down south dude. You know, they had a different set of rules back then. My grandma always made my granddad's plate, but the first thing that he taught me when I was young was you need to learn how to feed yourself. Now, why would this man who knows how to make his own plate teach me to feed myself? Is because you will never be dependent on somebody to the point where it's no longer an honor.
There you have it. Not only that, but women, I'm not going to just say women, but women, listen, I saw a TikTok the other day when this girl was talking about how she put her period blood in one of her man's food. And it wasn't spaghetti. Because you've told me about the spaghetti thing. I think it's just absolutely filthy. So, I mean, it also goes with how long you've been with that person too. Because I personally, as a female, wouldn't trust someone I just started dating to make my plate. They could put a drug in it, anything. So you don't know what people are doing with your food. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, us 6 years married into this, I think I'm all right to make your plate every now and then. But you gotta watch out. Like, people are crazy. People are crazy.
There's no pride in taking care of your spouse. There's no pride there when it comes to that. Like, if my wife needs the door open, I will open it for her. But she don't like them open. So she likes to open them herself. And she will slam the shit out your door and act like you driving a 91 Honda Accord.
I mean, I'm not rude. Don't do that. But I'll look at you a little like, oh, dang, you just opened my door. I will look at you a little crazy like, dang, you just opened my door for me? Thanks. I still am very thankful, but I'm appreciative. But in the same sense, I'm a little flabbergasted. Like, did you? Oh, okay. All right.
We gotta move on to the next topic. We've been here for way too Courtney,
good job, Colin.
I'm the trophy here. You fly to me. You better fly to me. Listen, that's my brother, y'all, in case y'all wondering.
I feel the same way because as a female too, like, I feel like I'm a trophy. And if you want to see me, pay to come see me. It's the same thing, right? If the tables were reversed. So that's, again, I'm trying to figure out what the issue is, if it's an issue. So
dude, this is insane.
Yeah.
James said Bobby Womack. Marcel said, if I buy the bacon, I ain't making no plate. So this is where this question goes, and a lot of people get into shit in relationships because they set standards for them fucking selves that they can't uphold on the other side. So I'm gonna go this far. So now because you bringing home the bacon and she making the plate, is it on you to wash the dishes?
It's a great question, but I'm also gonna go with this. What Marcel says will work for his relationship if he lets that be known. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel that way, cool, feel that way. But let it be known when it starts, like, hey, I'm buying the bacon, you need to make the plate.
No, and I'm
as long as she
full well knowing that
that
every relationship is different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is what happens 10 years down the road. People start to look at their relationship and say, okay, this is a little lopsided. For instance, if somebody has a rule where if I cook, you wash the dishes. We just use that. That's a perfect example. At that point, that's even. Cooking and washing different dishes are two even things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. I understand that. I just ate. I'm going to wash the dishes. And washing the dishes might be a worse off because now you done ate and you're full and you got to wash the dishes before you go to bed. That sucks. But at the same time, that's even. Where it becomes, and I'll give y'all a little background. Y'all know how I get. So where it becomes a tad bit thrown off is a lot of these rules were made for a different economy.
Okay.
And by that, I mean, for instance, a lot of these rules were made when one person could take care of a household of 6 with one 40-hour job. With the way the economy is set up now, hell no.
Not like that.
.com.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Working now.
Everybody's working and everybody's working double time. We're not even going to talk about the pandemic when the kids is home with the wife. She low-key a teacher all day now. Now who washing the dishes? Now who washing the clothes? Right. You want dumb kids or you want clean clothes? You choose. That's the difference. Like, we base a lot of our what do they call them? They call them traditions.
Expectations? Oh, traditions.
We base a lot of our traditions off of things that were built when we weren't around or when things were a lot different. A lot of our traditions don't work that way no more. When you got a woman in the workplace, it don't work like that no more. When you got a woman who bringing in her own bacon or was bringing in bacon before you thought about bringing in bacon or is bringing in the same amount of bacon that you bringing in, what is your argument then?
Yeah.
A lot of people always be like, oh, I could be with Oprah. Could you?
Could you? Could you? Maybe, because she's got like personal chefs and stuff now, but maybe when Oprah was doing the talk show, nah, I probably couldn't.
You got, as a man, and I'm gonna tell you this, as a man, I couldn't be with Oprah. Integrity wise, morality wise, I couldn't be with Oprah because you gotta throw your whole manhood out the window at that point. You don't run shit. When the pandemic started, she threw Stedman ass out in the guest house. Now the guest house is a mansion. Don't get that twisted. But she threw his ass out.
Was he ever really in the main house anyways? Or is he just
there? But
might just be a decoy? Because I think Gail's always been in the main.
Well, listen, Gail clearly wears the pants out of all the threesome of them. But that's not my issue. My issue is that I wouldn't be willing to give up my manhood for any money. So like I said, I'm an in-between dude. I got right the end of the discussion and right the beginning of the new discussion. So I understand both sides, and every relationship is different. Every dynamic is different because you got to think about this. What if your woman can't cook?
Yeah.
Now we got a whole different discussion.
A whole different thing, you know? That's a whole different thing. Hi. Hello. Have y'all heard of Babyface?
My uncle just chimed in. He said, have y'all heard of Babyface soon as I get home from work? Have you heard of Bobby Womack? If you think you lonely now.
Moving on. No, what's the next one?
Hold on. Marcel chimed back in. We got to give him a chance to talk. I don't want him to think I was talking about him specifically.
Oh, okay.
So he said, I'm just talking about on the day I go to the grocery store, groceries are expensive. Listen, grocery shopping is one of the worst things that anybody should have to do. Grocery shopping sucks.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh, so I totally understand that.
Not only that, but the way that everything changes these days, like Kroger and Meijer is not the same anymore. Like when our parents were growing up and whatnot, you could easily go to the store and know exactly where everything was, but things are constantly changing in the grocery stores nowadays. You know what I mean? Like every week our Kroger's is different. Things are in completely different areas. I'm like, dog, come on. This is strange now. You're wasting my time. So
right. Rip chimed in. He said he'd be Stedman any day, but I'm right. James said Stedman has been with Oprah for 40 years, and you hear very little about him. His whole job is to stay as unknown as possible.
Yeah.
As unassuming as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We see Gail everywhere though, but that's not my problem.
Yeah.
So we posted this one on our Facebook page and our Instagram. If y'all don't follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We posted this one the other day. We got some cool comments. So we decided to bring it to the show today. This is Akbar from, I think she's a former Love and Hip Hop person now.
Nah, I think so.
I don't know. The pandemic got everything all screwed up. People on Love and Hip Hop say supposed to be on.
She's always in something though.
She's a rapper though.
Oh,
she's supposed. Yeah, she remember they was in that whole rapper fight about this rapper in Atlanta and shit.
Oh yeah.
She said that women, you only need a BBL to get a nigga. Nowadays, they don't care about how your face look. Go ahead, baby, because I'm about to go off.
I mean, I've seen people with some Ugmos with a good body, but I wouldn't necessarily say that this is true. BBL, this is all wrong. This is all wrong for so many reasons. Because first off, let's not promote BBLs for no reason. No, you don't have to get one to look good. Because I feel like natural bodies are still a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? I promote natural bodies myself. So I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I don't think anyone wants to be with someone that doesn't look right in the face. I don't know if this is true.
We just left the wonderful city of Las Vegas. And let me tell y'all something about these BBL.
Oh man, he disappeared. All right, so I have to take it from because I know what he's about to say. You guys, when we went to Las Vegas, there were so many people with BBLs, and I think he even posted about it on his Instagram story. Every time Chris is about to say something a little fucked up, he always gets kicked off, which is hilarious to me.
Did not want me to
no, I know. That's what I was just saying. Every time you're about to say something fucked up, you get kicked off. But yeah, we were in Vegas. Would you like to take it? Because I was about to say exactly what you were about to say, but I'll let you.
I'm gonna tell y'all flat out. Listen, this BBL thing is out of control, and I'm gonna even go as far as this. Like, I started taking real numbers of this thing. Like, as you walking through casinos and going different places, I would say it's gotten to the point where 1 in 3 women, where we were at, I'm gonna call it the West Coast. I don't know if that's where it's called. Vegas is its own place. But 1 out of every 3 women had a BBL.
Yeah, it was.
Some were worse than others.
Mm-hmm.
Some were absolutely atrocious.
And some were great though.
Some were great.
Some were good, you know?
And this is where I have a problem with BBLs. Now, as a man, I understand we like fat asses, we like big hips, but a lot of the times y'all legs don't match.
Okay.
So like,
all right.
It's just like this. Like, I'm a man. I'm a man's man. If I can tell you have a lace front on, that shit's wrong. Okay. If I could tell you got a BBL, that shit's wrong. Mm-hmm. Because if I could tell that them eyelashes is sending too much wind at me when you talking to me, that shit's wrong. Understand this. Match your body with your shit. Don't go in there and get extra large BBL when you got size 2 legs, bro.
It's that simple.
Now you walking around here uneven in bow leg.
Don't do that. Don't be uneven. Because if you're gonna get something like that done and go under the knife, risk your life, by the way, do it right. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on because I don't understand why a doctor would be comfortable with sending someone out that looks the way that that some of these females look. Because I've seen some great BBLs. I'm not gonna hate. But if you're gonna get it, just wait until you eat enough so you can gain the weight in the thighs and stuff. I don't understand what the rush is to have legs looking like this and ass like, you know what I'm saying? That's colossal. I'm just confused by it.
And then listen, when y'all don't have the right ass to leg ratio, what happens is your booty becomes unlevel. And by unlevel, I mean there are parts hanging down farther than other parts that shouldn't be hanging. Now you don't even look human no more. Now you look like an alien walking around here.
I've heard sometimes they fall. I've heard that sometimes they fall down. They look good at first.
BBLs
you can't control
could be a great investment. I'm not against BBLs. If you're a waitress, if you a stripper, if you somebody's whose body determine how much money you make, and you're gonna keep that shit up, work out, fine.
Yep.
But make sure they give you your size, because the person who invents matching legs is gonna be rich as hell.
Oh yeah. But it's doable. It's definitely possible. That's why I'm saying I'm concerned that these girls are going the cheap route. Obviously, look at Nicki Minaj, look at Kylie Jenner. They look wonderful. Like, it is doable to have a good BBL. It's just make sure you wait until you can't. And if you can't get a good one, then it's not your time to get it. Like, if you go into a different country and you risk your life because it's a couple $100 less, something's wrong with that.
See, and she's the precursor. This comment that she made about only needing a BBL to get a nigga is the precursor to the Amber Rose "I'm tired of getting cheated on."
Yeah.
This is pre-Amber. This is what Amber Rose was worried about before she was worried about getting cheated on. Because you think that BBL gonna keep him around. Good luck.
Some of the most beautiful women in the world get cheated on. You know what I mean? Like, it has not to. At the end of the day, I don't know if this is. I'm not a man, but at the end of the day, to me, I just feel like you can be cheated on if you look good, if you don't look good. I think it all goes with personality at that point. If someone is tired of your ass, they're going to be tired of your ass no matter how you look. So,
listen, and no matter how fat your ass is, if your personality is messed up, that ass ain't going to weigh enough for us to stick around.
Not for too long, no. I don't think.
But because you have to weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Your ass is a pro, maybe, if it match the legs. But if that ass is coupled with a terrible attitude, poor performance in the relationship aspect, whether it's communication or truth telling or simple things like keeping promises, that ass becomes a non-factor. You ever seen somebody at a good paying job walk off? Yes, you have, because at the end of the day, there's no amount of money that will keep you somewhere you're unhappy with. There's no amount of ass that will keep a nigga. Now, the nigga might come back and get some, he might come back for round 2s and round 3s after y'all break up.
Especially if he paid for it. Because we're not even talking about who's paying for it.
Oh, we seen some paid for asses in Vegas, boy.
Yes, we have. Girls just walking around miserable with big ass.
With their sugar daddies.
Yeah.
Niggas got both feet in the grave, only one arm hanging out the casket, and Louis Vuitton telling them to buy whatever they want.
But you literally can't even say you don't own me at that point. Like, you're giving away every single sense of control when someone buys your BBL for you. Like, there is no more of that. Yes, he kind of does because he owns some of your body parts. Like, it's wild. It's wild out here. But but in conclusion, how do you feel? Do we need this in order to get y'all these days?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the BBL, everybody, what people consider ass is definitely different depending on the person you're talking to. I've seen some people like, that's a fat ass, and I'll look at it like, where? Did I miss it? You know what I'm saying? They'll be talking about the person right in front. I'll be looking at it like, dog, fat where? So to me, I think it's more of a personal preference of what you think ass is. I only dated skinny girls for the first half of my life. So ass or no ass, it's a preference thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of an attention factor with the BBLs, but that's just me.
Yep. I have to agree with you on that one.
All right, our last one.
Last one.
I don't even know who these two are, so you please explain it.
This is gonna be quick. These two are just the ones that what's her name from Housewives? She's marrying her man now. What is her name? That one from Housewives.
Portia.
I was about to call her Penelope for some. Portia. This is the girl that she was quote unquote friends with, and is now about to marry her ex-husband. So the
So
problem
this dude Portia's ex-husband?
no. This dude is her new man, but the issue is that when she was crying saying that Portia did her so wrong and her ex-husband did her so wrong, everybody's trying to say that she was actually already pregnant with this dude's baby. So she was just trying to get popularity from having issues with Portia, pretty much.
Which is the whole housewives experience.
I mean, yeah, for sure. And I don't even know why that Portia thing was a big deal when it came out because I mean, people get with other people's men every day. Be am I wrong or am I wrong? Like things are just so overhyped always for no reason.
Get this off my screen.
But we have a wonderful episode today. We're gonna get right into it.
And I'm glad we had a lot of good topics today because this ain't gonna take long to talk about the effect that Kevin Samuel has had on the community at large. The Black community, the women, the men. What would you say, baby, is the biggest effect that Kevin Samuel has had thus far that you've seen?
The biggest effect that I've seen from Kevin is that he's an asshole. So he gets a lot of attention, but to me, I feel like he actually has a lot of wonderful things to say, but he just says it the wrong way. So no one takes what he's supposed to be saying. No one wants to listen to it because he's such a jerk. But so if you really sit there, and I've only watched one thing from him because I don't want to listen to dude because a lot of the things he says I've already been like, yep, you know what I mean? But I did sit down and listen to like maybe 30 minutes of a show one time, and I honestly was like, he's right. But he's just so wrong at the way that he says things that no one's ever going to listen to dude, male or female. So I don't know. How do you feel about him?
I believe you're right in the aspect that nobody's gonna listen to him because he's a direct opposite of what Derek Jackson was. Derek Jackson pandered, pre him getting caught up in this madness he got caught up in. He pandered to a group of people who was never going to succeed in relationships anyway.
Right.
So he basically said everything to appease that group of people. He basically became a people politician, which is what I call some of these influencers. They're just people politicians. They don't give a shit about telling you the truth. They're just going to say whatever you want them to say for them to stay popular. And there's a lot of them out there, and I'm not going to hold you up. Kevin Samuels is one of them. Except what he did was he flipped the script, and instead of him pandering to the women, now he's pandering to the dudes. Now, and let me give him his credit. I actually did some research, and I've seen him interview dudes. Well, I've seen him interview a guy, and
I haven't seen that. Yeah.
When he interviewed the guy, what happened is it was the least viewed broadcast that he had ever had. It was the least shared broadcast. So, like, to me, honestly, it was the same. It was the same format. He treated the dude the same way he treated the girl. In case you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, his whole platform is based on being a high, a high value man.
Okay.
Now, as we know from doing math, values can be different.
Yeah, and you really don't even need math these days.
Values can be different. Him basing his whole platform on that is basically letting everybody know that this shit is open-ended and I can go at anybody in any route with this behind me. But he's standing on shaky ground from the beginning because they've always said that one man's trash is another man's treasure. And if that's true, which seems to be true in most, is anybody dating any of your trash exes? Are they any of them married?
Yeah. Yep.
Bam. So his platform is aimed at being a high value individual and dating people inside of your ranks. Now, y'all all know I'm a firm believer in dating people inside your ranks. Don't date outside your class. It'll always come back to haunt you. If you can't afford that car note on the Porsche, you better go get you a Hyundai because eventually the payments going to catch up with you.
Or just wait until you can get your Porsche.
Or just wait.
You know what I mean? Like, don't settle.
Or just wait.
Yeah, I would just wait because I hate also when people, it also works opposite when people settle and get with someone because they can't have what they want, and then they still do them dirty anyway. So I would just say wait. But
Yeah, and listen, I totally agree. Like, I totally agree with dude's platform with dating inside of your of what you can actually accomplish a relationship in, because
the truth.
we all know that there's different levels to life. There's different levels to emotional stability and emotional ranks. There's different levels to business. There's different levels to everything. Date with what you can actually be on level ground with, because relationships don't work when people are on opposite sides of the fence. It don't. Both people have to be on even footing, otherwise, a relationship is doomed from start.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be equal footing, like you bringing in dollar for dollar amounts as me. It
Mm-mm.
could be something as simple as I'm bringing in a lot of money. You come from a good family and you got a good heart. We fit together.
Yep.
It could be as simple as I got a car, you got a job. Let's make this happen. That's what I'm talking about. It has to fit.
Yeah.
Um, but with his whole, first of all, let's put this out to rest. Kevin Samuel likes guys, and
I think so.
I confirmed this by knowing that Kevin Samuels is one of the dudes who would have messed up the goddamn urinal protocol, because
Yeah.
what he did on the interview when he interviewed the guy was say, uh, "How big is your penis?" The guy tried to let him pass and say,
What was this topic?
"I'm all right." He basically did what he does to girls
Yeah.
to a dude. A dude got on there. He was, oh, Kevin, I got. He said, how tall are you? He said, how much money you make? My man's stuck struggling with that one. And then he was like, well, how big is your penis?
Okay.
Now listen, anyone who will ask you that is going
Yeah.
to violate the sanctity of urinal protocol. And then my man's trying to say, yo, I'm doing all right in that area, which is a man answer.
Yeah, that's definitely
To why are
answer
you asking me how big my penis is?
as a
Uh,
man.
but he was like, no, how big is it? Is it 7 inches? Is it 9 inches? You know how big your penis is.
Really? Okay.
So y'all out here taking advice from people who aren't hetero in the beginning.
So he
That's the main issue. If y'all don't understand that, you listening to the wrong show. But Kevin Samuel's whole effect that he's had is insane. Not everything's about being high value, and we know in this day and age, everybody can look high value on Instagram.
I was about to say something ridiculous too. Something is going on where we're getting cut off every time we're about to say something ridiculous. But I was just simply gonna say he wanted the man to pull out his dick and measure it. He had a
Oh,
ruler.
it was sick, man. It was sick. I didn't like it. Like, it was weird, bro. It was
That
one
is
of the
weird.
most awkward moments I ever watched, bro. So then my man's told him he was like a six. He was like, so you think you're gonna get a level 10 woman with 50K a year? You driving a Hyundai and you got a 6-inch dick? Like,
Okay. All right, Kevin. That's different.
where are we doing that at?
Where are we going with that
But
conversation?
I'm not even gonna lie though. I'm not gonna hold you up.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels is a people politician, and he's doing it and he's making money.
Yeah.
He's no different than some of y'all pastors. Let's put that out there.
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you were the first.
Kevin
No,
Samuels is no different.
no different. But
Except his Bible might be a little bit more recent than yours.
a little bit hipper.
You know what I'm saying? There's
Maybe.
no difference in this. You know what I'm saying? If people pander, they're pandering to their audience. For instance, when you go to church, they're going to pander to their audience. If you go to a church that's a little more Caucasian, you will see a lot less instruments, a lot less dancing, a lot less screaming. That's not the
A lot
audience.
less time spent.
A lot less rhythm as well.
And a lot less time spent there.
A lot less. They clap on the 1-3s at them churches. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? That's just what they do. You go to a black church, first of all, you're gonna be there for a morning service, an afternoon service, after the afternoon service, a church visit, and then an evening service, and then be back for choir rehearsal tomorrow. That's how black churches work. It's gonna be a lot of dancing, a lot of shouting, a lot of sweating, a lot of chicken frying. They pander to their audiences,
Which is fine.
which is perfectly fine. But
Perfect. Yeah.
understand that when you're taking advice from these people, their advice is skewed because they're pandering to their audience. So
Everybody.
if a different type of person walks in there, it's not going to be fair because they're not going to get the same advice that you're getting because it does not relate to them.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So yeah,
which is why we've been warring on religion since the beginning of time.
Lives. Yeah, our whole lives, honestly. Like, but that's everything. You know, everybody has a job in life, and everybody knows how to pull on people's emotional whatever they're going through. You know, at the time. So, again, us going into a church right now would be different from someone who maybe just lost someone or someone who is going through a personal growth experience. I don't know. Things are always going to be a little bit different.
Elegant and well spoken. Look at you. They take advantage of you. That's what I'm gonna say. And that's why I married her.
And that's what I was saying, but better.
See how she said that so nicely. I don't have that. I don't got the autocorrect.
Yeah.
She's my autocorrect.
So yeah, no. What he talks about though, to me, I feel like he makes a lot of sense, but he's just horrible.
Marcel said something really good too, baby.
What did he say? He said, I think people aren't realistic about what they bring to the table, and he makes them address exactly that.
Now that he does.
Yeah. Boom.
We just discussed this in the car while we was picking up our dog. People are delusional about where they rank and who they are. We talked about this last season on the episode about how guys rate girls. People are delusional.
I don't even know.
Which is the funniest part about the Kevin Samuels thing.
Yeah.
Seeing what people have to say about themselves is absolutely hilarious.
But I don't even know if it's delusion or just they know that that's them and they feel personally targeted. And so in return, they get like up in arms about it.
Oh, no, they definitely get upset when he's talking to them because
they know that it's
chances are he's
talking. Yeah.
But at the same time, how he's saying it, and as a person of high intelligence, I am not going to say high by. As a person of high intelligence, I will tell you that there's a special skill in talking to people. If you want somebody to accept what you're saying, you have to say it to them a certain way, and it's not going to be the same way for every person. Every person's not going to accept the message the same way. So understand this: the fact that he's doing that for entertainment makes it skewed because he's got to bring the entertainment side, which he does. Now, listen, let's get back to. I believe that this thing that Marcel posted about people not being realistic about who they are and what they bring to the table. True. That's the number one reason relationships don't work these days.
True.
People get caught up in who they are on Instagram and Facebook and I've talked to people and been like, you do know I really know you, right?
Yeah. It's so fucked up these days because it's gotten to the point now that like you and I get the question all the time, like, do you guys really get along all the time? Do you really not fight all the time? Like, and we just look at people like we just don't, you know what I mean? Like we really don't get caught up. But I understand the question because so many people put up such false, you know what I mean, like images up these days that I get it. But in the same sense, it's sad to me also because people don't believe that you can truly be happy anymore, whether you're married, in a relationship. Like it's just really sad where it's gone to, you know what I mean? Like people are really baffled.
Man, it's sick.
It's sad.
Bring people on here right now, we was to ask them what would they rate themselves. First of all, you're asking them in front of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that people act different in front of an audience. That's just how people are. That's how people are wired. They're gonna know they're in front of an audience. So let me say they're gonna want to say 6, but then they're gonna feel like somebody's gonna say you need to have some confidence. So they're gonna say an 8 when they really wanted to say 6 anyway. When they really should have said 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's how delusional it is.
It's so delusional. And I remember the days where I used to care what people thought. I used to actually care what people thought about me. So I was just telling you today, like even when it came to like icebreakers, right? I used to teach. When it came to icebreakers, when we were doing like orientations, teacher orientations before the year started, the first question in an icebreaker is name 3 things about yourself. And it always was one of those things where it was like, yo, if I speak too highly of myself, they're going to think I'm arrogant. And then if I say something a little less of what I am, they're going to be like, oh, no, you need to get a little bit more self-esteem about you. There's just no perfect answer, especially when you're talking about yourself. I saw today that track girl that smoked the weed and couldn't participate. She did I think a reel about how she was about to beat the Jamaican women when she gets in this next competition. And I saw all the comments were like, she's so conceited, this, that, and the other. But in my mind, I'm thinking, dog, what's she supposed to be doing? Saying that she's about to lose?
See, now that's a different aspect. When you go into a race and you thinking you about to lose, you already lost.
That's what I'm saying. So,
That's
like,
a
what
different
was she
aspect.
supposed to say? Is it
You know what I'm
because
saying? People still act like that? Like it's so if you're going to play a basketball game, are you just going to say, "Well, we beat today," and before the game starts? No,
I
you're going
hope
to think
not.
that you're going to win, no matter what they're favored, no matter what it is. It's that's competitive in that sports. But it, you're absolutely correct. The delusionalness is insane.
Yeah.
Um, and by delusional, I mean this: like a lot of y'all don't know that y'all ugly. Y'all parents didn't tell y'all was ugly. Y'all brothers and sisters didn't tell y'all was ugly. Nobody told y'all that y'all was ugly. My uncle told me, this is I took this with me for my whole life. There's three things you cannot be. And these are the three things. You cannot be broke, you cannot be ugly, and you cannot be dumb. If you have three of those things, you will be a failure at life. The more of those things that you have, if you're good looking, intelligent, and have money, you're more likely to succeed than other people.
Yeah. Sadly, that's
Period.
true. That's on period. Yeah. You have to, and I always say, like, it's so fucked up. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say this, but like, we have an ugly child. I'm gonna know he's ugly, but I'm not gonna love him any less. But I'm also gonna know that he is right
Let,
aesthetically not pleasing. He's not.
let that
He's
dude know you facially
all the way
challenged. You
there.
gotta be fresh, homeboy.
So I'm gonna make sure. I mean, you're gonna be fresh anyways, even if you good looking. But I'm gonna make sure you're extra
But when
fresh
you
looking.
ugly, you gotta make sure you fresh.
You have to have a wonderful personality, and you're not gonna be walking around like a dummy because you don't look good. All right. Like, I'm not gonna be in denial of that. That's okay.
And
People always
there's different levels to this ugliness too. We always talk about this. We talk about it when it comes to good looking people too. There's different levels.
yeah,
There's I think you're ugly, and
yes,
then there's a universal ugly. And we're speaking of universally ugly,
yeah.
where
Mhm.
everybody struggles to look in your direction. And people don't like to talk about stuff that's taboo. But I turned on the YouTube today and was trying to learn something that I was doing, and I looked at the screen and I was like, "Sheesh!"
And,
Nobody told her.
she probably was so smart. She probably taught you so much, didn't she? Did she?
Listen,
Was she good at what she was
what
doing?
all I really wanted to do was a 2 minute lesson. Now I felt like I said Candyman 3 times into the damn mic
Oh, okay.
before, before
Okay.
I got to that video. Like
Oh,
for real. Like some of y'all ugly. Deal with it. Y'all got to be better in other categories.
it's okay to be ugly,
That's the one thing that you can't control.
but you can't have an ugly ass personality either.
No, that's
I
double
can't
negative.
stand that. Don't you dare be ugly and then fucking just walk around being an asshole. That's not how it works at all. So yeah, definitely reflect. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. You know,
And it's that simple. Look,
it's
and stop
that simple.
listening to people like Kevin Samuel. He ain't got your best interest at heart. Because if somebody cuts him a check, that's where his advice is going.
Yes, which
Look
is
at look
it's
at
a
Derek
job.
Jackson.
You
His
know,
whole thing was built on cheating women and women being faithful to men and men being the failures that they were. And he was giving advice to all the men out there on the behalf of women. And he was doing that in front of his side chick's house. So understand this. This was a married man.
on behalf of women too. You gotta remember he's
On
not.
behalf of women. Understand this.
Yeah,
Their platforms are their platforms. I think the biggest effect he's had is I think that he's up the level of fakeness
yeah,
that we have. Like now people really like, let me go get this Benz, even though, I'm saying I ain't got a crib. At least when I pull out, people gonna think that I got it.
yeah.
We used to call it false flagging back in the day. I don't know what they call it now.
I haven't heard anything different, but it probably is something new.
Yeah, I mean, at the
Gen
end of the
Z,
day, they they call it what, fronting for the gram or something
something
like
like
that. But
that. So
people got to understand that there's levels to life. If you level up while other people aren't, you will have less work to do in the future.
yeah.
If you don't, good luck to you, but stay in your playing field.
Mhm.
Understand if you got 5 kids and you living off the government, don't expect a successful businessman to walk into your life and take care of all of y'all. Don't expect for somebody to pay for your gas when you going to see them. Because what are you bringing to the table besides ass, which you getting to?
Which you can tell because you got 5 kids. You know what I mean? Clearly, you know how to throw it back.
Right. We know
that's
you,
not a question.
they rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to keep it funky with y'all. Like, the more baggage you put in your bag, the heavier that motherfucker's going to be.
Say it again.
It don't take no more than that. That's Kevin Samuel's whole platform. That's it.
And as soon as it gets too heavy, it's going to break. Mary Poppins bag is not real, y'all. That was magic.
But listen, y'all, I had a great show.
Me too. You know,
y'all see Amber Rose out in the streets try to trace her tattoo on her forehead.
But you know what we didn't do today?
What we didn't do?
We didn't talk about Adam and Eve. So perfect. You said Amber Rose, so it kind of like goes. It's like a perfect segue.
Go ahead and tell us about Adam and Eve, baby.
All right, y'all. We've got a discount code with Adam and Eve. I'm going to read you a little something real quick about it since it's almost time for us to get off. But free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better. Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on free stuff. Yes, free stuff. You'll get it if you order from Adam and Eve. All you guys have to do in order to get this free stuff and 50% off is enter our offer code, which is LL69 at checkout. And then you can get 10 tantalizing free gifts. So a sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. So no one is being, you know what I mean, left out. Everybody gets a good time around here. And you also get 6 free spicy movies plus free shipping. So that's LL69, offer code LL69 at checkout at adamandeve.com. Not hard to remember. Love Lockdown LL69.
That's LL.
Get you a sexy.
If your ding-a-ling got a ting-a-ling.
I knew it.
I know what it is. Well, we love y'all. Thank you to all the sponsors: Bel Air, Adam and Eve, Initial Brands. We love y'all. Brick got merch coming soon for those of y'all who's still listening. Tap in, y'all.
Yep.
We might even throw some Love Lockdown merch in there. I know y'all been wanting it, but
people been asking for it.
My eyes is bleeding.
I gotta go take care of a neutered puppy, y'all. So
yeah, he gonna be barking in a minute anyway.
He's whining already. I can hear him. So we love y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in. Again, if you would like to be a guest or if you have any ideas for us, make sure that you check us out on our website. Put in a form, fill it out. We'll pay attention to you. I think that's about it.
Yes. We'll answer your questions in a timely manner. If you want to be a guest, if you want to do anything, you know what it is. LoveLockdownThePodcast.com. We're everywhere. All your streaming networks.
All right, y'all.
Peace.